the train got cancelled. I hadn't slept for about 48 hours, and I've landed in the Paratrooper, and then straight away I'm getting guided into like our block where all the training starts. And then ever since then it was like pure sleep deprivation starts. It was just 0 to 100. Yeah, you can't feel your legs the next morning. You're up like sprinting up hills, and it's tough going. Yeah.
Like that wee clip that you sent me, you were carrying all your gear and
yeah.
What was it you were doing there?
That's called a defence exercise. You're basically digging a trench to like a defensive position. So you dig in a trench for 4 days straight with no sleep, and it's just one of the challenges that every soldier has to do, basically.
This week's episode is sponsored by Orapod. Orapod is a portable sauna system that you can construct in minutes. Sometimes it can be difficult to get to the sauna. With Orapod, you can bring the sauna to you. Sauna can help improve circulation, support muscle recovery, and flush out toxins through sweat. Find Orapod online on www.orapod.co.uk. This week's episode, I'm joined by Luke the Apocalypse Shanks, former Flyweight Cage Warriors champion. Luke, how are you doing, my man?
That's it, mate. Yeah, very good to be here.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too. It's been a little while, so.
Aye, and the obvious thing is the black eye.
Oh, I know. What a day to get a black eye in the morning. Jimmy's Sunday sparring though.
Aye.
But yeah.
What's it like to be back sparring at a higher level?
Yeah, good, man. It's, the levels are obviously constantly improving, and yeah, every time I go back there, it's like I don't even know how to say it. I'm that knackered from it today. You know what I mean? It's one of them. It's just from 0 to 100 basically, and then yeah, I'm still training while I'm like active soldier duties, and then I'll do my 2 hours at night. But when you're there, 2 hours in the morning, pro session, 30 pro guys there. Same again at night time. It's rough going, but I love it.
Even the amateur guys will be. You need good runs as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wee Stephen is not even wee anymore.
Nah, he's looking really good, doesn't he? He's going to be something else.
Oh, he's brilliant. Yeah, I think at the minute I'm the only one under like featherweight has been able to give him a good time. I just look around and he's ragdolling somewhere.
Brian Hislop was on the show. He was saying that young Stephen was getting him good runs as well. You've been sparring with Brian? Has he been in?
I see that actually. Yeah, It was before that Aussie fight he had.
Yeah.
I see him then. We'd done a little bit of rolling, but it was like that was before this fight, and I was a fair bit heavier than him then. I was a big fat boy. I must have been about 75 kilos, and he was like getting ready for, I think that one was flyweight, wasn't it?
I'm sure it was flyweight.
Yeah,
What is flyweight? 55?
56.6. So yeah, very light.
I think Brian had quite a lot of weight to cut as well, did he not, for that?
Yeah, I think he said 8 kilos. So I've done that before, and it's not fun. So
aye.
Yeah, don't envy him.
It's funny you should say that, because I was talking to Stevie Mupp, and he was saying to ask you about the time that you were cutting. You had 8 kilograms to cut on the train going down to was it Cage Warriors?
Yeah.
Aye. He said you cracked a can of Coke in front of James or something.
Nah, it was a Diet Coke with no salt, but yeah, Jimmy wasn't too happy about that one. He never was. But again, that's a discipline thing. Why I went to join one of the roughest regiments there.
Yeah.
It was just like, I knew I was doing stuff, and it showed in the end. You know, you lose a fight to someone you know you could have beat, miss weight a few times, so things had to change, and that was what I done. So
I see your old pal Hadley got a Scottish twist there on Friday as well.
I know. I said to Stevie and Jimmy, they were laughing about that one. I was like, I can't believe it, but no, he messaged me down in Hadley. He's good.
He's on good terms now, aren't you?
Yeah. I see him at that fight show, and he'd been messaging me to go down for sparring, but I was like, I'll be here, there, and everywhere doing exercises and always busy. And then when I did message him a couple of weeks ago about some sparring, I think it was either too close to his fight or it just didn't work out or whatever.
Aye. Is he in the tournament then?
Yes, 500,000 now. It's not quite 1 million what Stevie was in, but still 500,000. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know what happened with his opponent there, because he had that Chechen guy, didn't he, or Dagestani? I'm not sure what he was. 16-0 basically.
Oh, really?
And he looked very tasty. And then I don't know what happened with him, but he pulled, and then Hadley got another replacement that I knew he'd run through because he's obviously UFC level. I don't know why they cut him, to be honest. But
Aye. Your fight was good with him as well. And I liked all the animosity. It was quite a good build up to that fight. Made it exciting.
yeah, it was just, again, it was like a weight cut where you're doing too much. It was one of them. I should have just laid off the food a little bit more. But
The cheese.
it was just, I'd won that title. You go out drinking a little bit, and then 5 weeks later you're fighting again, and the toll it takes on your body, like doing those big weight cuts back to back. If I'd have had 12 weeks, it would have been a bit better, and I would have put on a better show. But I didn't want, and because of the animosity, I couldn't like say, oh, I'm injured or pussy out or whatever. I was just going straight for it.
What was your mindset like going into that fight? Were you quite hyped up?
It was a weird one, you know. It was in lockdown. I just won a world title. You're having to do, like, see your friends and, you know, this weird 5-person rule and all that. And then, yeah, it was a weird time, but I was living in the gym, so I was training properly, you know. It's just, yeah, I wish I'd have just took a little bit of a break, maybe 12 weeks, and then fought him, but things happen.
You want to pull the video up actually, Carl? I think we've got the Scottish twist there for the Friday there. You could hear Dan Hardy talking about it, like, is he going to go for it?
It was beautiful.
Stevie Ray sitting at home looking at this leg position There's a Scottish twister here for sure. If I knew the technique, I might be able
You're seeing it quite a lot now, eh? You're noticing a lot that's happening in grappling quite a lot as well. See, Ash Williams is hitting it quite a lot.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Has he done it to you in the gym?
You're right.
Right, aye.
No, because I didn't twist that way because I knew what he was doing. He'd just catch me with a normal twister every time.
Aye.
It's like he sets that one up and all of the roll one, and he was just getting me with a normal twister. But yeah, I've seen it.
Aye. Some way. So your next fight then is in CFC on the 26th of April in Turkey, is it?
Yeah,
Aye.
Istanbul. So yeah, it's a brand new show. So. And it's in a big basketball arena, 15,000, so it should be a good one, yeah.
How did that come about then?
I don't want to pronounce his name wrong. I think it's Kieran Devine. He basically messages me all the time about fights, and I said, PFL just messaged me about May 10th, but I'm away again. We've got an exercise somewhere in Europe. And yeah, I'll be away for like more than 3 months probably, so... Yeah, we're doing that, and then I said I can't fight. Is there anything sooner? And then this one come about. It's perfect timing. Apart from for my birthday, I'll be weighing in on my birthday, 30 years
really?
old. But yeah.
Oh, you're 30th as well. It's a special one. That's good, man. Who is it you're fighting again? Then I've not actually mentioned the name, have I?
No, it's Isfak Saeed, and I think he was like a judo champion in Turkey, and then he's been over to one championship when he was training in Thailand and fought some top Muay Thai guys. So, yeah, he looks good. It's more like wrestling-wise, he's been wrestling down the better strikers. So, I think he's had some like matchups that favoured him, if you know what I mean. He's fought very good Muay Thai guys,
right,
and then beat them in his own game. So, he seems to put people in a situation which they're obviously uncomfortable in. But no, I'm very confident I'm going to win this, but you never know, do you?
Well, your strong points obviously are grappling as well, isn't it? So it'll be a good match then, by the sounds of it. You briefly mentioned that you're in the forces there. That's the Paratroopers, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
When did you get involved in that then? Was that...
Basically, in lockdown, it was like I was playing Call of Duty and stuff, and I was thinking, man, jumping out of these choppers going into it, and yeah, I was just thought maybe I could do that, and I was thinking, shit, that'd be tough. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, and then looked into it a little bit, not too much, just rocked up at the like you do this prac they call it, and that's like to get into the paras, you're fit enough basically to do it, and then I'd done that. I think that was in between just beating what's his name, Welsh guy. It was like the second last fight I had. Can't remember.
Cage Warriors.
Yeah.
Want to pull his record up, Carl? Got the man for the pan with that. You just want to go on. Right. Oh, sorry, mate. Apologies.
Yeah, sorry, Josh Reed. I shouldn't have forgot that one. He's fought for the title bantamweight against. He had that amazing fight with Nathaniel Wood.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, and he's recently went to PFL now, I think.
CPFL, Nathaniel's doing well
Yeah.
in the UFC.
Yeah, so I had a fight with that Josh Reed, and then I knew like they'd gave me a date to start the para training, and that was on the 6th of November, and that fight with Lockron was on the 4th. So yeah, straight after that.
2 days.
Yeah, and there was like train strikes and flight strikes at that time, so I got drunk after my fight, a bit just like down in my sins, and then yeah, literally the train got cancelled or something like this. I hadn't slept for about 48 hours, and I've landed in the Para Depot, and then straight away I'm getting guided into like our block where all the training starts, and he's like, Shanks, did you get filled in at the weekend? I'm like, yeah, he was a juicer, but it was one of them. And then ever since then, it was like pure sleep deprivation starts. You start training hard, you're in push-up position, and it was just like, I should have got a good sleep before I went in there. Because, yeah, it was rough. Because I was thinking, you know, the first night you get in there, you have a nice, good night's sleep, and then all the training will start in the morning, but it weren't the case. It was just 0 to 100.
Is it like what you see in SAS with Ant Middleton then? Is it similar sort of stuff to that? Like getting you up at the crack of dawn and push-ups and running and...
Yeah, there's no recovery time in there. Any time I'll be going to Jimmy, my body's sore, I'll have to take the morning off. None of that. You're out doing these tabs, you know, the weighted with the rifle, and then your legs you can't feel your legs the next morning. You're up like sprinting up hills, and it's tough going. Yeah.
Like that wee clip that you sent me, you were carrying all your gear and what was it you were doing there?
That's called a defence exercise. That's like a lot later on, but that's like you're basically digging a trench to like a defensive position. So you dig in a trench for 4 days straight with no sleep, for like sleep deprivation, and it's just one of the challenges that every soldier has to do basically. But then, yeah, that was like at the end of that, you get gassed, or like it's just a smoke in the training facility, gas mask on, and you're running out with 70 kilos worth of kettle.
God.
Yeah.
You'll be used to the gas mask, though. That'll not be a problem for you.
Well, yeah, they're not as fun as you think.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So, see, beforehand then, obviously you're at a higher level, and you've been at a higher level probably the whole time, really, that I've sort of knew of you and like seen you there. Prior to that then, you mentioned a gym. I don't know if it was off camera there. Who is it you trained with before?
Oh, well, I started off at like a local gym. Lost 2 fights against like basically they put me in against the best guys in the UK straight away, and then I got beat. And then I moved to BST, and at the time it was like Danny Batten's the head coach. There was Linton Vassell, and then there was a few years later it was me and Jordan Vasenich and stuff like that rising up the ranks. And yeah, that was a brilliant gym.
Aye.
Just basically, I got bored of my hometown. It was the same thing, day in, day out. And yeah, one day I was just looking around, like, I need to move somewhere, I want a bit of change. And then, yeah, I've been to Thailand, been to America and trained a little bit, and then I just thought, there's got to be somewhere closer where like, I can still see my family and train and stuff. And then I've got a bit of Scottish heritage, my granddad was Scottish, so I thought I always wanted to like learn a bit more. And then I'd always have my own Jimmy's training and stuff like that. I've followed him on Instagram or whatever, watching his videos, and then I see when he made his new gym, and I thought, oh, that looks nice, I'll get in on that. And obviously Ray's there, the main man. It was Danny Henry at the time now. Paul Craig. It's a brilliant gym.
Aye, they've had some decent fighters, and obviously the conveyor belt, as James calls it, you're going to see a lot more of them coming through now as well.
Many.
You looking forward to next weekend for Clancy's fight?
Yeah. I wanna go to that, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it because I'm flying out on Monday and I've got to get back to London. But I'll definitely be watching it.
Aye.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to that.
Yeah,
There's loads of guys for Scotland fighting on it, so.
Man, yeah, that's a good card. That is, yeah. Even like Postlethwaite, I've seen the improvements he's made because he's been there for like must be coming up to a year now, or maybe a bit more. But yeah, he's looking incredible as well.
Where did he train beforehand then?
I'm not actually sure. I think he's a coach somewhere anyway.
Right.
It's around this Fife area anyway. So
is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. Aye. I seen him at ADCC. He competed on that as well.
Oh yeah.
I think he won.
Shit hot grappling.
Aye, looked good there. I see you got your purple belt for James as well.
Yeah, it was Reed was laughing at me about that because I turned up. I hadn't done gi for about, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years with Jimmy because of the way the sessions work. Don't get much time to do the gi. And I've been training at other gyms as a blue belt, and then he was like, well, you're still a blue belt? And then one day he just dropped it on me the next day or whatever. Finally got the purple belt.
Aye.
I think I was a blue belt for 10 years and must have been a white belt for about 6 years.
Really?
Too, but
Aye.
yeah, it felt good getting that finally.
Aye, I'd imagine you'll be getting most black belts at your weight class.
Yeah. I mean, I'd won a... it was Kleos grappling at the time. I came second in the Naga one. That was for the big shiny strap. I lost to a Roger Gracie coach in that.
Right.
But Kleos grappling, that was Dan Strauss's grappling. I don't think it's still going anymore, but he used to win this big hammer.
Right.
I never won that because that was in the absolute, but I did win their black belt tournament before I even got a blue belt. So yeah, I've always been good at the grappling.
You've got the experience there as well. That definitely counts more than the colour of the belt.
Yeah, that's it.
So the other thing I was going to ask you then is, before you done the Paratroopers and you were fighting in Cage Warriors, you were doing a bit of bouncing as well in Edinburgh, weren't you?
Oh yeah. It's still causing me problems, that job, even from over 2 years ago. They sent me up. I was trying to fight the case not to bother, and I had to go back up to Edinburgh for a court case about being a witness, but I never even witnessed anything. There was all constant dramas like that. It was like basically some woman had been hit by her man, and I didn't see none of it. They just said I was just working on the front door, and they said grab hold of that guy. Some big roidy guy, and he's obviously lost his rag. I think his girlfriend had kissed someone else.
No, right.
And then he whacked her, and then I had to like wrestle him out the front. He was a big lump, so yeah, there was like a bit of scrap going on. And then I finally got hold of him, waited like 20 minutes for the police, and then I'm still having problems. Like, I went there twice now to Edinburgh, and then they've said, oh, the court case been like delayed and you're gonna have to come up again. It's like over 3 years now. Yeah,
For nothing.
Yeah, there was quite a few cases like that where you just grab hold of someone, write a witness statement, you don't think anything's going to happen next week.
Is it because you restrained the guy like that you need to do that then, or?
I don't know if they wanted me there to say how aggressive he was out the front or what, but I wasn't going to say much. I didn't see anything. I didn't watch the CCTV afterwards, but yeah, there's always constant little dramas doing that job, but it was fun at the time. I mean,
was it Danny Henry that got you involved in that then? Because he was.
Yeah, well, I started doing it actually, and then Danny said, "Why don't you come and work with me at Why Not?" But after a while, he was like on the front of Why Not, out the front, and then I was inside, and I thought shooting was bad when you hear the rifle going off, but inside that club it's very loud. I remember Stevie was on Stag Do and he came in a few times.
Stevie's Stag Do was in Glasgow. Danny came to that. Now, me and Stevie went, I think it was just a Braveheart night out. I don't know if you were on the door or not. I remember Danny being there though.
No, I don't think I was at that one. I remember there was it might have been another Stag Do Stevie was on there. Ended up in Why Not anyway. And it's like a big maze to get out of there because it's underground. And he's going, get me out of there. I've had enough. How do I get out? And I kept seeing him. He went round about 3 times. But yeah, there's a funny story about that actually, because after doing that one, there was like, I don't know, that was like not the best paying then. That they were paying pretty much double to be a pizza chef there, and they were going to serve pizzas out the back. So I've done that for a bit. But in between doing that, I actually caught COVID before it was a thing in that club, and I was ill for about 3 weeks, and I was like, obviously I couldn't work. I was actually real bad with it. And then by the time I come back, I thought, I don't want to go back to making pizzas. That's no good for the diet, being around them things. So I ended up working at quite a fair few other clubs after that, and ended up, Bourbon, but that's shut now. That was a very good club. And then there was Cab Roll, that's more like heavy party guys popping the pills and that. But it was a good place to work,
Good laugh.
Yeah, I'd actually, one of my career highlights from that one was Capaldi come to the Fringe, and I was walking him about one night. That was pretty cool.
Aye.
That was with a few lads from high level there, because he's from Whitburn, isn't he? So,
Aye.
yeah, a few of the lads went to school with him. I seen them there, and then Capaldi popped up.
Aye, some guy,
Yeah, he reminds me a bit of Paddy Pimblett. He's just a normal guy. He don't change for anyone.
Aye.
Yeah.
Did you catch much of the UFC last night?
I haven't watched Paddy's fight yet, but I've obviously seen the wins, and that's a big win, Chandler.
Aye. I got up this morning and played it back about 6 o'clock. Pretty dominant, to be honest. You need to watch it back.
Yeah.
Pretty much outclassed them, really.
Wow, yeah, that's good, because there was always the questions with the Bobby Green fight. Was it Bobby being stupid, or is Paddy this good? And it turns out he is, yeah.
Aye, I think for me, the turning point for me was the Bobby Green fight. I thought, well, he's looked really good there.
Yeah.
But you're right, I think, is he going to still be able to take a shot for somebody like Chandler?
Yeah.
With that sort of power? And he did crack him once, and Paddy just sort of like waved him forward. Like,
What?
Paddy was just keeping him back with the range as well, though. They played their game plan exactly, I think, how they set out to keep him rangy with the jab and the kicks.
Yeah, he needs a title shot now then. Oh, one more fight and then a title shot. But
Well, he basically said he'll fight any of the sort of big three below Islam, so Dustin, Justin and Oliveira. So
yeah, brilliant.
aye, what do you think? Dustin maybe be the better out of the three for him.
Yeah.
So Oliveira would be interesting though for the grappling.
Yeah, definitely.
Aye. Kim, I was wanting to ask you about your trademark is that gas mask that you've got. How did that come about then?
Yeah, it was like the first fight name I had was the Honey Badger. There was like a fight I got in. I was in a plumbing college, and there was this gypsy guy that loved to tear up, and he just started swinging at me one day with the big gold rings.
Right.
And then the college tutor there teaching us the plumbing is like, "You're like a honey badger, you're just relentless." My face all busted up and I was scrapping, and then I went to a fight show, and there was about 3 people called the Honey Badger, and I was like, I'm not stealing this, I'll have to make up my own one. And then I thought, I'll have a bit of fun with it, and the apocalypse, and then the gas mask. And I was always a fan of like Colin Fletcher and people that like put the masks on. I liked that in the UFC back in the day as well, till they stopped it. I think it was a big part, like it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they've stopped it all for a sports kind of thing, so it's one of them.
Aye, just brings a bit of character to the show, definitely.
Yeah, I've had to stop that for this next one anyway. My girlfriend and mum's like, don't you dare bring that gas mask. I've had enough. So
Really?
Yeah, the gas mask's retired now.
I'm going to bring the gas mask up. I've got a picture of it. Is it retired now? Aye.
Yeah,
I'm gutted to hear that.
For now.
Aye, nah, I think it definitely gives
It's
you.
good with the old Paratrooper, doesn't it? Someone made me that. I like that one. But
Aye, it's well made. That's one thing I noticed. Like, what's influencing it? Is it like,
well,
you know, like with the face and the teeth?
Originally, I got this World War II one, painted it up myself,
Right.
and wore that. But that was a real gas mask, and hard to breathe in them, I tell you. And then this one was like this movie prop had the similar thing. I had like the red Joker smile on it. I just thought a clown, scary in it.
Aye.
And then that was it. But I like to have fun. But it's got green lenses on it. You're looking around.
Aye.
It's a good bit of
No,
fun.
I love it, man. I think it's definitely like it makes it more interesting and
Yeah.
makes you stand out as well.
Yeah, we were doing some of that gas respirator training the other day for like if you get a gas attack, and we were all sat in the heat with our suits on for I don't know an hour, and we're like and we were doing like going through all the drills, drinking through your straw. There's a straw in it, and eating food. You've got to do all these sanitising things. We were like, how long do you think you were doing it for, like 50k? And they're like, oh, I can do more than a day for 50k. Like it's rough. So yeah.
So you're like, what? You're like eating through a straw through the mask then?
No, sorry. So you'll do an eating drill where you just literally can take it off, take a bite, desanitize everything, get all the chemicals off you. Same. You drink things with a straw, but it's not easy to breathe in them things.
How can you communicate? Can you hear each other with that on?
Just about, yeah. And you're obviously still firing and stuff like that, so you can see through the lens. My one's got, because I wear glasses most of the time when I'm shooting, or contact lenses.
Yeah.
My one's got these glasses in it, fitted in as well. So
Is it not steam up?
yeah. They not much though. You'd be surprised because you're breathing out. It's more like night vision and stuff like that steams up now and again, and you gotta take care of that.
Fair play to you for doing stuff like that. Like, I mean, you're an MMA fighter, and then now you're throwing yourself right into potentially the front line.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It's like I'm still learning, you know. I'm still brand new there, so. But yeah, it's surprising how much you have to do. It's a very busy job, and then trying to get this fight on top, trying to see my girlfriend and stuff. Busy life.
Aye, definitely, mate. What made you like get into that? Just for the challenge and just the mental toughness side of it.
Oh yeah. Funnily enough, it was an idea I had anyway. But I was actually working with loads of the guys from the rifles. They were on security in Edinburgh, and I said to them, I think I could do that. And they're like, you're not going to like it. You don't like being told what to do. You know, you're just not going to like it. I'm telling you, you're going to hate it. And when I did get there, I did hate it, but I needed that like discipline and just basically more mental resilience, toughen yourself up. And it all works for fighting. So although I'm not getting I could potentially try and get into some full-time thing, but while I'm full-time soldiering, I'm disciplined, everything's working well. And going sleep hungry now is like the least of my worries, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely toughened me up, and I hope I can prove that.
Do you think that's going to make a big difference with the weight cutting this time then?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like when you've been through like 4 days of no sleep, digging a hole in the freezing cold, like going to sleep hungry is not an issue anymore. The fact that you get to sleep is a good thing. That's another thing. They said to me, you love your sleep, you ain't gonna like it here. You don't get much sleep in the army. They're just built different, these are soldiers, man.
This doesn't seem like fun at all, mate.
It's not, but it is rewarding in the end. Like when you're there, you'll be on exercise completely. They call it licked in the army. It's like you're licked out, and then everything's bad. You just want to go sleep, have a nice warm meal or whatever, and then you finish it and you're like, you feel good about it.
Aye.
Yes, that same kind of finish your fight, camp, win your fight. It's that kind of feeling.
Do you ever get like a relief fit when you're back? Do you feel like, oh, I don't know if I could go back to this, or?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's a very nice feeling when you're back, but again, it's like when you're out there, you don't have your phone or anything like that. You just sat there. I've been sitting through my old fight camps, looking at what I could have done, and like dissecting every single part of that fight camp. Why did you eat this? Why did you do that? It's one of them. It gives, like when you're away from your phone, it's a nice bit of peace. So yeah, I enjoyed that as well.
Well, if you said you're coming up for 30, so you're still young in your career. Are you still looking to go like far in the PFL or the UFC? Like what's the plan?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel young now. I've been doing contact sports since I was 13. My body's feeling it, but I'm gonna try and push another 5 years. Yeah, see how far I can go. Yeah, PFL wanted me again, so that's good. Yeah.
Aye, and it's a pretty respectable company to be with as well, PFL. It's, I mean, obviously it's not the pinnacle like the UFC, but it's still, like, it's very professionally run, and the prize money that they're giving you compared to Cage Warriors is a massive step up.
Yeah, definitely. And then, yeah, this new one I'm on now, this one might go far as well because they seem to have the money backing them. They're paying very well. They've got a full setup in this 15,000 seater basketball arena. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I'm hoping. Well, if this one goes well, I'll be staying here. But yeah, PFL, UFC, these are my goals.
Right. So is it this promotion that's the potential for them to sign like a contract with you for like multiple fights then?
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, so I'll just see how it goes. I'm fighting their best guy out of Istanbul at that weight class, so
Right.
just see how it goes, yeah.
So
I might beat him and they might not ask me back, but at least I've got a fight. I wanted to get a fight. It's going to be a busy year work-wise with the Paris, so yeah, just get a fight in. I needed it really. It's been 2 years I've been sitting on this loss from Colin Lochran. It's not good.
Right.
I knew what I could have done better. I knew I could have beat him, but I didn't, and it's one of them. It's just circling round, and I just want to just have one chance to redeem myself, get a win back. Yeah.
Aye. Well, you had a pretty decent career to be fair, and you won the Cage Warriors Flyweight title, and there's not many people can say they've got to that level, mate, so I don't know if you should beat yourself up as much as that.
I know, it's just, if I knew what I knew then, I would have been in a lot better spot. I feel like I've got miles better, so yeah, I feel like I could hang with these guys in the UFC now, where I didn't before, being honest with myself. So yeah, I just want to go out there, fight properly, and show what I'm about.
Is there still a Flyweight division? Who's the Flyweight champion?
Yeah, there is.
Check
who's
that,
it?
Carl. He's on it. It was.
Yeah,
it used to be.
it's a Brazilian dude, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Saj
Oh, is this Cage Wars? No,
Oh, it wasn't the
yeah,
Cage Warriors I was asking, but keep that
Nah.
up there anyway.
Are you talking about the UFC?
Aye, but just leave that up
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So
I
who's
mean,
that?
these two are getting hack. They're good fighters, but I don't believe like the guys I've fought, like Colin Lochran, Hadley. These guys ain't on that level yet. I believe I could go in and take out both of them. That's if I could get back down to flyweight again. I've been growing a bit, but
Would you go back? Would you fight bantamweight again?
I'm fighting bantam this time.
Is it bantam this time?
Yeah,
Aye.
yeah. I mean, I'm big like now. I've been getting
Oh,
big. So.
Pantoja, right? Aye, I know.
Yeah,
that is,
yeah.
aye, aye.
He had. I'm sure he was on the the Ultimate Fighter, weren't he?
Right.
I think he got cut from that, and then came back and just went on a tear. The guy's good.
Has Moreno fought him recently? Moreno just fought the other week, did he know? Is that who he fought? No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah. Yeah, he's another brilliant fighter. They're so small that they don't cut a lot of weight, but you can tell, especially that Pantoja, he's strong. You can see it in him.
Aye. In fact, I want to say he fought. Did he fight UFC London? Or am I getting confused? Pantoja, or was it the week before? Maybe.
Yeah.
Getting confused.
I don't think so.
He obviously Marab. He's a big guy at 135.
This is
Stretcher.
Pantoja's record.
Rear naked choke. Does it say where about that was? Oh, December. He's not fought since December.
I
right, okay.
remember this one. That was that. They took this guy in from that Japanese promotion. Not Pride, not one, but another.
Right.
Another one, and he was their reigning champion. And he just came straight over for one fight. And got demolished pretty much.
What's this here on the UFC website?
That's
Aye.
kind of
Aye.
secure.
Pantoja. Moreno. You've had some good battles as well in Cage Warriors. There was one, 2 fights I was wanting to speak to you about, got Callum to pull them up, was the Creasy fights.
Yeah.
The first fight, obviously what happened, was a bit controversial at the time.
Yeah.
Do you want to just get it set up now, just while we're chatting? So at the time, am I right in saying that the title was vacant then? So who vacated at the time then for the...
That was so I'd lost the belt to Hadley. Hadley had got it, and then it vacated.
Right.
And then there was a 4-man tournament. My first fight was Le Bond. He was due to fight that Shad Shaq, but I don't know what happened. Some medical things. That fight got cancelled. But yeah, I had a big scrap with him, and I didn't actually do any like head contact for this one because we'd been in such a war. I think it was like 400 headshots each guy. It was probably the biggest war I've been in. But yeah, and then I went into this one.
Just want to play it, but turn the volume down a wee bit though, because it's a bit loud. Just so Luke can kind of talk us through at the time. See, he was quite much taller than you, that Creasy, eh?
Yeah, well, we'd trained together. Like I knew him quite well. We were friends basically.
Right.
We had to fight each other. Like he was always coming down to BST, and then we'd done like countless rounds. And then yeah.
That's right at the very start of this, first minute in. Try to remember how you end up on the bottom. Does he shoot a takedown?
I think it was a trip.
Oh, that
Yeah,
catch a
yeah,
kick, aye. That was it, aye.
Yeah. Yeah, and I couldn't believe it. It just sat into this armbar perfectly.
And then the
Yeah,
referee just
like
walks
that.
right in the perfect
Yeah,
time there, eh?
it's here where, yeah, a little bit later, I just look around and I'm like, well, this is a setup or what?
Did your corner see it at the time?
Nah, they were on the other side, but
Right.
Rich Mitchell, the other referee, he's seen it, and because I said to him after the fight, I was like, you seen it, didn't you? But at the time, I was thinking, protect yourself at all times. I was like, all right, get me, I'll get you again. And then I'd done a similar thing to what Jordan done against Chris Duncan.
Chris.
It was like you finally, your hands are landing. You're finally starting to get the better of him, and then you want to cement the round because you know you could be down or whatever. So I shot in the third round when I had no reason to shoot in, and then he ended up choking me. But
Oh, a guillotine it was, eh?
yeah, I was just so confident he weren't going to catch me again. And then yeah,
Go back to the armbar again, Callum, and try and slow it down if you can.
got the rematch, and then
It's very difficult to slow it down, but you can see him tap there, eh?
oh yeah, random people, not even any of my fans, they were sending me videos of him tapping in the crowd, like they seen it quite clearly.
I mean, I admit, when I watched it live, I think because the commentator didn't react to it,
Yeah,
you just assume that, like when Stevie was posting that, and I think yourself and other guys for higher level, when you go back and watch it, you could clearly see, yeah, it's just
yeah,
Callum stopped it there, and it's a double tap as well. It's not like it's just like grabbing your hip or whatever.
yeah. It was one of them. It was like this was obviously right at the start of the fight, and then I was just like, right, I'll get him again. Don't worry about that. And then when I was speaking to Graham afterwards, he's like, oh, we do have like replays. If you'd have told us on that first round, we could have sorted it out and gave you the win. I was like, oh yeah. I didn't know these things at the time, but live and learn.
Did you say to your corner when you went back then, like after the first round, or were you just like in fight mode?
Just fight mode, man. Yeah, just recover, get out on the second round. I just thought, maybe this is a setup or something, but I'm going to get him again.
Aye. And then it's the fourth, is it the fourth round, I think? You don't need to bother with that, Callum, I think we'll...
I think it was the third.
Was it the third, was it?
Yeah.
What actually happened prior to that then? Because when we were watching it back there, he said that it was only Creasy that could fight for the title. Had you missed weight for that one then?
Yeah, yeah. It was just like, I don't know. I think the weight cut went so easily for the Le Bon fight. I thought I could have pushed another couple of pounds. So I put them on, and then just didn't come off. So only so many times I think my body's said no to them 20-pound water cuts now, and I can't do it no more. So I want to do like no 8 kilos of cutting water anymore. I'll do 3 or something.
Right.
Yeah, it's not good for you, really.
You're just going to need to diet, like, further, like, get your weight down with diet. And
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I'm not going to name any specific people, but I think majority of them, there's no testing in Cage Warriors. You just got to assume they're all on it. And the best thing I thought I can do without actually cheating like them is take some, do a bigger weight cut. And then that's my way of gaining an advantage without, because I knew they weren't going to do it because it's a lot of water. I think Hadley was cutting a lot as well. He looked very big when we were both like, the pre-fight of that one was like we both missed weight and then we had like another kilo to cut each. We're both in a bad way, but other guys, they can just rock up on weight. It's like, it's always who's pushing themselves to the limit. You see like guys like Islam, they're massive at the weight class.
Paddy last night.
Yeah, that's how it is, unfortunately, but that's what you got to do.
That's what everybody's doing though, so you've just need to...
Yeah, there is ways of doing it though. Like, is that actual body fat helping me? Probably not. Better off just getting lean and cutting the right amount of weight.
Aye.
Because even my pro debut, that was in Scotland against Gary Priestley. He's fighting again on the
He's fighting Cage Warriors, yeah.
Yeah, and that one, I'd cut down properly and I was like invincible in that fight. Cardio wise, everything, I was very lean. And I was lighter than any other fight, but I actually fought the best I've ever fought, so that's what I'm going to do this time around anyway. Not worry about the weight too much and like putting on weight, just turn up fit and strong.
Aye. What's your how long you got till your fight then?
So it's less than 2 weeks now. It's Saturday, 26th. So yeah, but I've got my eyes on the 25th because obviously that's the weigh-in.
Aye.
Yeah, so yeah, Friday for that 25th. That's the most important date. Get that one out of the way and then scrap the next day.
Right. So you'll be training right now on quite low calories then, I would imagine.
Yeah. It's like I've changed my diet around a bit. I can't do these proper nutrition plans. I'm just doing calorie counted. I'll eat something a little bit nice, like me and my girlfriend went out for lunch. Got a little nice meal, and then that'll probably be me. I'll just have a little protein shake or something later. Instead of like the free, very strict, I can't do it. It's not fun for me. I'd rather just have something relatively nice, stay under a certain amount of calories and all good. Still go to sleep hungry, the demons are always there. But like I say, it's just a pleasure to get, like, I'm off work at the minute, I get to sleep. I've got training tomorrow at 11. Doesn't matter.
Aye. What are you doing with yourself when you're after training, and you got like a recovery plan that you
do a bit of stretching? I was doing a bit of hot yoga while I was in Colchester at the army and when I was training there, but me and Stevie used to go to that one, that Bikram.
You've been in the Bikram one as well.
Brilliant, mate. Yeah, it's brilliant. And I started doing some hot yoga there, but I haven't seen any ones around there. I think there's maybe another few in Edinburgh, but Stevie said to me they're not as hot, so... But yeah, that really does fix your body up. And before I had Dougie, he was a Marine, wasn't he? He actually fought Paddy Pimlet back in the day.
Right.
So I had Dougie. He was helping me out back to balance. So.
Is that the guy Mark Ewan uses as well?
Yeah.
Mark was speaking about him. He's got the hyperbaric.
Yeah, Dougie's got him and his brother were Marines, and got us into the cold water plunging and loads of good stuff he's taught us. As well as that, I nearly forgot his name, Wim Hof. He took us to a Wim Hof like breathing school, and then after that jumped in a freezing cold ice thing, getting your breathing under control. Yeah, it was like all these steps. It was very good.
Is that you do stuff like that for the paratroopers as well? Then I would imagine you would have nothing for that. No.
Nah, we do get wet, but. Not under any control. You're normally crawling through a freezing cold stream or something like that, trying to ambush a position. But yeah, there is a few of them in the exercises at the start of it. I'd done it in November, but it was very cold that November. It was like -3, crawling around a stream for about 2 hours, and it was like the first 10 aren't going again. So I'd always make sure I was at the front for that one.
I hope the money's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I can't complain, but it's not gonna make me rich anytime soon. But I'm proud to, like, you get the maroon beret, you feel good. It's a good feeling. So yeah, just like the Cage Warriors title, you don't get the money, but the feeling's good.
Aye, that's true. Aye, I know. Sean Clancy's the same. He's saying about the cash. If it wasn't for his sponsors, he'd be struggling to pay the bills just on the Cage Warriors money.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, his dad's been great for him though. He's like done everything he could, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I was always speaking with his dad, and there was another guy, Dougie, hooked me up with. He was mostly working with like people with problems, but he also done a bit of the sports psychiatrist. This James, I think his name. Oh, I'll come to me in a minute.
Somebody that Sean works with.
James Allison, basically, and he's like, well, when I was in lockdown, I'd speak to him. He's like, we're losing people every day. He was working at some kind of charity place dealing with people with like depression and like suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. But then I worked with him on a sports psychiatrist level, like dissects everything to me. It was like chimp paradox and all that. And yeah, he was saying loads of like I don't know, sports psychiatrists, like tricks of the trade. And then when I speak to Sean's dad, Big Sean, he knew them all himself, so he's been getting his kids like prepped for a long time. They're not just like training hard. They've got all the right mentality, and they're good to go.
Yeah, there's some family.
Yeah, that's it. It's similar to Hadley's actually. It was like a fighting family. The dad's always
His
been.
dad was the coach.
Yeah, like my parents didn't want me doing any contact sports, so I had to fight to just get in the gyms. But yeah, when you've got that kind of support and you start from an early age, it's only going to breed greatness, isn't it?
I think it's better getting into something like that than walking the streets and getting yourself into bother.
Most definitely, yeah.
Too
That's
tired
it.
to get into bother after you've trained.
Yeah, that's it. There's one of Stephen's mates actually. He joined with me. I won't name him now because he's gone off to like One Para, which is like a special forces support group. He's going over there, and they stay a bit low profile. But he was in the training with me. He was in like this Harrogate platoon. You start from 16, but then they merged with the older platoon that I was in, and yeah, he's another mad guy from Paisley. But you'd always catch him like, I don't know, I'd see him in the middle of the night at 4 a.m. Everyone's like shivering cold, and there's him like running along with a shovel. He's got his camp cream on, bag full of mud, like, and they're building like a model pit. And he was always getting involved. Mad guys. There's some tough fighters in Paisley. So obviously Chris Shaw, loads of boxers. I think them two, that one championship, Nico Carrillo, is he over that way as well?
I'm not sure, but I know Nico Carrillo.
Yeah, they've got some good fighters over that way for sure.
Aye, he's a weapon, that guy.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, I miss Chris I'm glad he's retired though, because he's been in some wars and then he's got his roofing business, but I miss him being around because he was a good spy, you know.
Remind me, I've seen him in the paper because somebody tried to break into his van and he leathered them.
Yeah.
He's the last person you're wanting to
It's
come charging
it's
at
the
the door.
video. Did you see the video?
No.
It's similar to Stevie when someone stole one of the kids' bikes.
Aye.
It was like that. He's run out the street in his flip-flops and his pants with this hammer, chasing the guy because he broke into us.
I think I maybe have seen that actually.
Yeah,
You say that, actually,
you can't
aye.
miss that one. It was a few years ago now, but yeah, it's a shame. You got a bit of community service for that. But
Aye, yeah, aye. Oh, his name's protecting his van and his property as well, eh?
Well, yeah, that's it. It's just, it's not America. We can't defend ourselves at our home at the minute.
Aye. I was going to ask you about your sponsors, but it's quite handy. You've actually got your.
Oh yeah, this is an old one, but yeah, my CBD gel, that's not there no more. I had Chris, this little old T-shirt, but yeah, I got back to balance on the gas mask, the fight dietitian. But yeah, I still use his rehydration plan. You know, he's got all the that guy from, I think he's Australian, but he works with all the Kiwis, you know, like Israel Adesanya. He works with Volk, he's the new featherweight champion. So
Yeah, he's just won it again last night. Aye.
yeah, so
Pleased about that. Aye.
yeah, I think Hadley's using him now as well. That fight dietitian, his stuff was brilliant. It's just I don't like a plan. As long as there's calories there, the rehydration's good. If I can eat one nice meal, I'd rather that than 3. Don't work for everyone, I don't think. Like, I feel better now than when I did on the 3 meals, but calorie-wise and all that stuff, I use his stuff, and his rehydration plans are like second to none, you know. Putting the salts in, even the week of the fight, I'll use it then for sure.
What salts?
Well, yeah, that and the water loading process,
Right.
dropping the fibre out, what to eat then, I always still use that one because it is brilliant, yeah. You can't really beat that.
Right.
But then, yeah, all the rehydrating with the electrolytes and everything, he's got the best plan there.
Aye. Do you do the keto in the week before?
No, he tends to stick away from that. He's put a few videos on his Instagram and he has people eating like jelly beans and stuff, like 100 calories of them before they train. And because I asked him about that and he said no, because you want to get your body still running on carbohydrates if that's what you're eating. And it'll actually like do the opposite effect, if you know what I mean. So
Aye. There's nothing worse than trying to train with
Yeah.
zero carbs in your body.
yeah, so it's like a mixture of both. You're in keto and then you're out of it when you're training, so you just get a little bit of carbs before. It's good for like feeling when you're eating the jelly beans before you go train anyway. You feel a bit naughty and then you get to train.
Aye, but your body will just be eating that up, like you said.
Oh
when
yeah,
you're training, so.
yeah, I remember, especially for flyweight. Not so bad now for bantamweight, but at flyweight, when you're eating that little, the jelly beans, they last like 10 minutes and then you're feeling like sapped already. But I'm not feeling too bad this time round anyway. So.
Aye. Well, it's what weight is it again? It's bantam this time.
This one's 61.5.
Aye.
Yeah, bantamweight. Well, actually, they've changed it. He wanted it at 62. I think they originally asked for 63.
Right.
And at the time, 12 weeks ago, 10 weeks ago, whenever it was that they offered me this fight, I was about 75 kilos, and I thought 63 would work for me. But then I thought, I won't tell him that. I'll make him go down. So, yeah, but that weight flew off fast, if you know what I mean. I'm like under 70 now, ready to go. So.
Aye, so you're on track then.
Yeah, I was normally about 70 for the flyweight one, so happy days, yeah.
Aye.
I'll drop weight really fast when I'm not eating. It sucks, but I can do it like 5 kilos in a week, no problem, when you're eating right and just doing a little bit of training. Definitely. So.
Aye. One of your sponsors that you didn't mention is actually Titan boxing equipment.
Of course, yeah. They're not on this top. I'm waiting for them to send me out their new kit. He's got me a nice care package coming.
Is he?
Yeah. So
You got the gloves and the shin guards.
of course, man. Yeah, I like that. I see he's doing custom gear, and I thought that's brilliant. I want him on board, and yeah, he's really sound. He sorts me out. Like
Aye.
I just like it. You know, you get all your custom gloves, custom shorts, custom vests, all that stuff. I like it when it's got your name on it. It's special.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See, he's sponsoring Lorenzo as well.
Yeah, I hooked him up with that. He was asking me, he's like, you're not up there much anymore. Is there any other top fighters up there? And I sent him a few names through, and yeah, he got Lorenzo. And yeah, he was looking for a Muay Thai guy in Scotland as well. I said we've got plenty, but mostly MMA guys. So then yeah, he's hooked up Lorenzo and someone else, I think, as well. But yeah, he's a great guy, to be fair.
Aye, they're going to be giving away a pair of MMA gloves on the show. We'll do that at the end once we've done the followers questions. So, one thing we forgot to go back to is you got the second Creasy fight. Just again we're jumping back and forward here, but I just play it for there, calm. So it's in the first round anyway, isn't it? So obviously that after what happened with that fight, you'd have been desperate to get that one back as well. I mean, how were you feeling?
Yeah, I was pretty desperate to get that win back, and
how quickly was the turnaround again? I can't remember it. Would have been
I
obviously.
think it was about 8 weeks.
Must have been in the height of COVID there. You could see James with the mask.
Yeah, it just started up again. There's some silly rules. I remember I was working in the clubs at this point, and there was a club bourbon. It had like 1,500 people inside it, and they'd tell you had to put a mask on to go in and come out, or you couldn't get in. And it's like you had to go put a mask on in the smoking area outside the place. But then inside there's 1,000 people in there. It's ridiculous.
Well, none of it really made much sense, did it?
Nah.
See, when in this fight, then, were you looking to try and get, like, put him away quick, like, make a statement then, or how were you feeling at this point?
Yeah, I just thought... I still like him, you know, Chrissy, we've spoken that. But on this one, I was like, you're having it fast and early. And I didn't really have much to lose either, so... I'd already lost, so I thought...
Was this one for was the title on the line here then? Did you made weight for this one, eh? No.
I would have had the title again.
Aye.
Straight after this, I just said I'll go up to bantamweight for a bit.
Aye, big tall rangy guy, yeah.
That's the thing, you miss weight by a pound and then it's no big deal, but when it's a title shot and you can't get that pound off, then it's a problem.
Was it a pound? Was that the difference?
One fight was a pound, one fight was £2.
Was your body just not sweating? Like,
No,
you just...
like I'd been in that way, yeah, and you just shut down. Dylan took throwing me in the bath, but I just weren't sweating.
What happens then? Does a doctor need to confirm that then, or is it just purely down to your team?
No, I just missed weight. And it weren't a good feeling, you know, upsetting Jimmy and stuff like that. Because I really care what he thinks, you know, and then when I do something like this.
You've got a good relationship with James, haven't you?
Yeah, it's one of them. It's like you're fighting every 3 months. It's rough going on your body, you know, and then it was just horrendous. I think if there's 20k on the line, there'd be no way I was losing weight. But
Right.
till you get there, that's why I've moved up to Bantam now, and I'm actually I've thickened out while I've been in the army as well. So I think I'll be staying there, to be honest, and it's a lot healthier.
Feel stronger.
Yeah, definitely. I think just lifting all the weights there, and they do have you on regular circuits and that. I've actually got a little bit bigger as well, so.
Go a step forward, do you just want to watch?
No, just it's the first round anyway, so just leave it. Just we're chatting anyway, so that's cool. What's it like watching it back? You watched this one back a few times?
Not really, no. Nah, when you miss weight, it's not a good feeling.
Right.
When you could have had the belt. But I've seen the finish quite a few times. Because that's always getting replayed. But
It's still a good performance, so you should still be proud of it, even though they missed the weight.
yeah, that's it.
And when the episode with Mark, we were talking, and he was talking about being in the flow state. Is that something that like you've experienced?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. It's very hard sometimes, though. I've been in that a few times, but then when you're against these fast little flyweights, there's not much of a flow state you can get in. They're like on you like a rush, if you know what I mean. Especially someone like Creasy, he's very like firing from the hip.
Yeah. Has he got like a karate background or like taekwondo or something? He's got that kind of stance.
Yeah, he's always had that, to be fair.
This is the
But
start of it here now.
Yeah.
Right, his legs are away.
Yeah. Because he was always firing from the hip. I could see his eyes were gone, but I was very careful when I was coming in. Because I didn't want to rush him and then get knocked out. I've seen that a few times.
Hey, you like that funky hairstyle as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that for a little bit.
The guys were calling for a trilogy fight there. How come that never came then? Was it just like you just thought go up the weight just because of the issues with the water cut then? Or?
Yeah, they wouldn't let me. It was like Yeah, that was a main event twice. Though.
Right.
had to get my way back up there again, and then I went on to fight. That Josh Reed beat him, and then it was basically Conor Loughran, and then either the UFC or get that belt, and then the UFC.
Mm.
And I come close to him, turned his head purple in a choke, but ended up beating me, and then that was it. Straight after the Paris. Still time anyway.
Aye, Ferret's still young.
It was just a big blur when you like fighting every 3 months. You know, it was just a whole big blur, that chapter, and I feel like I've took a seat back, had a look at it, reevaluated everything, and found out I still don't want to give it up, and I know I can hang with the best out there, so I'm gonna try to do that for sure.
Definitely, I'd love to see you back in, man. Is there any way for us to watch your fight in Turkey then?
It's being streamed on YouTube, so
perfect.
it's same night as Cage Warriors one, actually.
Oh,
Northern Ireland.
right.
They've
The PFL Island.
No, I think Cage Warriors have got one in Belfast as well.
Oh,
Because
right.
one of the lads at Arnold's gym, BKK in Colchester, I've been training down there while I've been away. And there's a lad, Charlie Falco, he's fighting a flyweight on that show, so I was a good training partner for him, for sure,
Aye, so it's YouTube then, if anybody's wanting to watch it.
Yeah.
Is it the main event?
No, I'm actually at the start of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's some like big popular guys on that show from Turkey. I think the main event guys, I've just seen on his Instagram, he's got 500k followers, and he's a bare knuckle kind of fighter.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
It's quite a big name out there. So he's the main event, and I'm pretty sure he's like heavy or light heavy.
Is this the card here? Aye, first.
Yeah.
They've
put me down. They took me off the main card. See, so I'll have to fight my way back on.
That's topology though.
Oh no, sorry, that is main card. Look, first fight, there was just a little gap.
Oh, it's an advertising thing.
Yeah, I'm the first fight on the main card. So yeah, but even them guys below me, there's some good fighters coming. They're paying a lot of money, I think, and all the travel for all these guys to Istanbul is like loads of guys coming from Russia there. Croatia, loads of flags I don't even know. So yeah,
I didn't recognise it like that. But for the Turkish fan, the Brazilian actually. That one was Croatia.
Croatia. That Mazarov of Brazil. That's Chile, I think. Can't quite work out the other two at the bottom.
Cool. Right, so I think the last thing we need to do then is the followers' questions, and then we'll do the giveaway. We'll get you. Cool. So got a couple of serious ones and some funny ones as well. Right, where are we? Let's see. Right, I'll come back to that one. So it's quite funny. I'm not going to start with that one. Right, serious ones to start with. Right, so Rory McDowell wants to ask, what got you into fighting in the first place, and how old were you when you first stepped into a MMA gym?
So I started off in kickboxing from 12, and then I was sparring fully grown men from about 13, but then I went to MMA at about 16. That's when I started the jiu-jitsu, and then I had my first fight when I was 18. But my parents didn't want me doing it. It was just at the time I was stuck on the video games, and I was playing football, but it weren't really getting me. It weren't sort of feeling that, I don't know, the teenage energy. I had too much, so yeah, I managed to talk her into it with my mum when I was like, oh look, my friend's going there. Really, we were just starting up, and we'd found a place to start training, but yeah. So yeah, I'd say I started at 12 really in kickboxing to begin with.
Nice one. One of our guys from Bravehearts, Mike Clark, is asking, has there been any unexpected outcomes, both wins and losses, and how does that affect your confidence?
Yeah, I'd definitely say I was still pretty confident I was going to beat Hadley, even given not feeling so good on the day because of the weight cut. So yeah, it affects you, but it's like if you use it right, you're back in the gym training harder than ever. It's one of them, isn't it? So it's like the Kavanagh, win or learn, and I've learnt a lot. And even in this fight with Colin Lochran, I've learnt a lot just from mistakes in camp and all that kind of stuff. Very important to losing and then getting better from it. Because, I'm one of them. I only make, majority of the time, not now since I've joined the army, but before that, I'd only make the changes if it was a close call. It was a stupid way of looking at things, but if I could keep riding it out with bad weight cuts and winning every time I was doing it, you know what I mean? But it's a different mindset now. Just prepare for the worst case scenario.
You putting that down to the paratroopers then?
Yeah, definitely. I knew I needed to do it. I was always evaluating it, but they're the ones that drill it into you, you know. It's like they're saying you trinque paratus and it's ready for anything. And it literally is that there at all times, so yeah.
Nice. Right. Stevie McIntosh was wanting me to ask you about the time when you were selling boats. It's not really a question, but
yeah, that was in lockdown. That I was. It started off with like rubber dinghies, and there was a few where I was like patching up holes. You get the glue in it, roll it around. It's like special stuff. And started selling them. But in lockdown, people were going mad for stuff like that because they're off work, bored, and there's like Loch Lomond up the road. So I must have been flipping about 10 of these dinghies a week. And then it went on to actual like sailboats and that. I've just been boring my girlfriend with that. Oh, I used to have a boat up there when we were at South Queensbury.
How did you even get into fixing boats though? Just
I don't know. I think I bought a dinghy once because I thought it'd be a good idea, and then I never went out on it, and then I sold it, and I was like, wait a minute, these are easy to sell. But after lockdown, when things went back to normal, they became hard to sell again. So it was one of them. It was just a little niche in lockdown.
Have you got a wee bit of experience in sales, have you?
I've always been selling some mad stuff. I'm always coming up with other ways to earn money. Even at that club, it was like they'd give me masks to sell, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I'm a security firm coming to work for you, and then they're making me sell masks out the front of their club. And like, I thought you could have got one of the stewards inside that's doing nothing to do that. So then after a while, I'd have 500 of my own masks in my other pocket. Pound a mask, mate. There's always ways to make money. But they're just little side, something that becomes like a little bit of an interest to me, and I'll start, I don't know, I've done so many mad things like that. Started a laser tattoo business up with my, like, money for a mortgage, my savings, and then ended up sacking that one off. Basically because I was fighting all the time. I could only really go in at the weekends, so I sold it to the tattoo shop and gave me the train. But that was like 4K.
Was it?
Yeah, sometimes you win and sometimes you're losing in these things.
What you like with money? Yeah.
I'm alright now.
Pretty savvy with it.
Yeah, now I am, but back then I don't know. I was making a lot of money even on them doors, like with these little side hustles, £400-500 a night. I don't know where it all went. It was gone.
Wow.
I had nothing.
Well, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and that was like 4 nights a week, and then I don't know, I'd come back with nothing. I don't know what I was spending it on, but
enjoying yourself.
Yeah, definitely a few nice holidays out of it. That's for sure.
Oh well, you've got to enjoy yourself when you're young.
Yeah.
Before you've got commitments. You got any kids? No.
No.
That'll definitely eat into your money and your time.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I'm thinking about starting a family with my girlfriend. Probably
good.
try to get married first and then have some kids. But it's a hard one while you're in there, you know, because I'm going to be away again for a long periods of time. And she's saying, "You're not leaving me with the kids." So we've been talking about it, but
it's tough being on your own with the kids.
Yeah, people do it though, you know, people there, but it's not ideal. Like, if something kicks off and you're away for 2 years, I want to leave a child. People do, you know. It's part of the job.
It would be part of the lifestyle.
Definitely.
Right, Robbie Dunlop. You ken Robbie Dunlop, don't you?
Of course, man. He's helping me with my strength and conditioning and diet.
Robbie Dunlop was saying to to ask if you can explain the science behind having a Rustler's burger 1 week out before your weigh-ins and how it carries over to your performance.
Oh fuck! that was Ray that caught me. That was. We both finished the gym and he see me in Tesco's. You little shit, what's that? I think he'd gone in to get a grenade bar or something, and yeah, it wasn't one of my proudest moments.
Hey, they'll be fully salted, you know.
Yeah,
Was it the week before your fight?
Pretty shit food. It was close. It wasn't a time when you'd be doing it, that was for sure.
Do you never make that mistake and then weigh yourself and think, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah, I've done it a few times, and the last week's always tough. That's the thing. On them, when I was doing stuff like that, you're not eating for a week properly. You're eating bare minimum, and having to train more than you should, and it's not a nice feeling. But I still thought I was confident to make the weight, and it didn't happen that way. But I'm not taking any chances in the future. It costs you too much, you know. Mm-hmm. It's like you do all that camp for nothing, essentially, if you win the fight and you haven't got the belt. It's like, win and learn.
Was it always 12 weeks then? Depending on, I suppose, when you
that's
get
the ideal,
fight.
yeah. Especially for flyweight, because I'm not walking around anywhere close to 56 kilos. So, yeah, 12 weeks is the bare minimum for that, I'd say.
Aye.
You can stay I think this is 8 to 10 weeks, and I've had a busy life there too, but I've managed to prepare myself anyway. But it's been tough, you know, I wouldn't want to do another one back to back after this. I'm almost glad I'm getting a break that's not actually a break, it's like full on there, but yes,
That's the downfall of the PFL tournament is the back-to-back fights.
Yeah, that's right. So
you get 2 weeks and then you're back in camp, or even a week. I think Stevie had straight back into camp again.
Yeah, I see him there as well. But then again, it is a lot sweeter. I was saying to him at the time, I was like, yeah, you've got 1 million to look forward to. That's enough to get your ass in the gym when you're battered and hungry. It's not quite the same when you're getting 1,500 or whatever, but
aye, that's not much, is it? That'll not even cover your costs, will it?
Just like when you put it on the door perspective, it's like what you can graft in a week. So yeah, for a few of them fights, normally I take 4 weeks off to just constantly train. But when the money was rolling in at the end of it, sort of thing, that's when I started thinking, I'll work another 3 weeks and just have 1 week off before the fights, and that's when things start to, that's when mistakes were made.
Right.
But you can see why it's appealing when you can earn more than you get in the fight for a bit of fun at the weekend, basically. But yeah, I think I wouldn't want to get back into that again. I like the sound of the close protection kind of stuff. That's more like that's a bit cooler to me. I've got a mate who does that.
Aye.
He was training with me in Jordan, and he's done all the boxing fights in Abu Dhabi. He's got military experience. He's been to Afghan and that, and he was part of the 16 Air Assault, the airborne unit I was in. And then I see his life and I think that's a cool life, but I'm bored of the normal security. I won't want to go back to that.
Aye, no, I think that's a lot better. Definitely a lot better money anyway doing that sort of close protection, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brian Hislop was telling us in the episode that he did a wee bit for Andrew Tate.
Oh yeah, I see pictures of that. That's
cool.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that'd be decent money.
Yeah, I like him. His lot is good. He's got his own thing as well.
He's doing well, eh?
Yeah.
Aye, he's good.
I've seen him on social media. So.
He's brilliant on social media.
Yeah, he makes some funny things. Stop watching porn.
You get some reactions.
Yeah, he's got that Andrew Tate-esque about him, hasn't he?
Aye. He's obviously
more PG and more liked, I'd say. But
aye. His message is always just get in the gym, pretty much the way. What else are you doing with your time? Yeah,
he's a good guy, man.
Aye, he's good. Right, last question then is another guy for Jim from Braveheart. So he's got 2 questions actually. What is the biggest takeaways from your fights? So I don't think he means actually a takeaway.
Which one? No, we'll say it's just preparation, man. It's nothing to do with the fight. I always fight good. I'm always in the I suppose you can get more comfortable being in there, but really it's like what you're doing before it. That's how you're going to feel confident for a fight. If you know you shouldn't have ate that thing and then you've ate it, it's one of them, isn't it? But no, I'm always confident going into fights. But that's after years of practice, fighting people that you didn't know you could beat and then beating them. And the same, like, sometimes I've fought a guy and then after you've done your weigh-in, especially like the first 2 fights I had, one of them was like a seriously big guy. I'd say he was on the supplements from, he was like Renegade or something like that. This guy back in the day. I was 18 and he was like 28, ripped, and I was just like, it's dangerous. But then when you get in there, he wasn't like what he looked like, if you know what I mean. He did beat me, but it was a very close fight, and I hurt him more than he hurt me. So yeah, there's always that side to it, but I'd just say preparation. Get your preparation done, put the hard work in, and then what else can you do? Just go out there, and if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. You gotta learn, for sure.
You can only do your best.
That's it, and you can always improve.
Definitely. Anybody, so the last question he's asking is, who is someone to look out for in the British scene? Anybody you've trained with doing... Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Stephen Clancy, he's a little menace, very high level. So, yeah, for sure.
Stephen Clancy.
Yeah, and well, many others. There's loads of new lads appearing at BKK where I've been training too, and then yeah, just a whole list at Jimmy's. Where can you start? You know, and yeah, obviously Stevie. I know how great a coach he is. There's guys coming out from everywhere, but it's the ones that stick it. And it's not an easy game to stick in, is it? When you can earn more money elsewhere.
Aye, that's exactly what Stevie said when he was on the podcast as well.
Yeah.
It's like there's guys that had all the ability to get there, but life gets in the way, like money, kids.
It does, but that's why the people that win these belts that were up earlier, the UFC champions, that's why they're so special.
Aye, commitment, dedication.
Yeah, the amount of sacrifice you pay is just tremendous, man. So that's why they're the best in the world.
So the last thing that we've got to do now is the giveaway for Titan boxing gloves. It's the MMA gloves that they've given us. If you've been following the podcast on Instagram, you'll see that we were looking for guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also comment on the video. And every video that you commented on was an entry, so you'll probably notice that there's guys with their name multiple times up there. So Callum, if you want to go for it now, and we'll see who's the winner. Rob Q3P, who I don't actually know who that is, to be fair. That's for YouTube, obviously. So, Rob, whoever you are, if you can get in contact with us, and we'll get the gloves sent direct from Titan. And that's pretty much it, man. Look, appreciate you coming in. It's been good to see you, man. A bit of surprise to see that live, but I'm sure you'll be alright. I take it I'll be doing alright by the time for your fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Aye. Bit of ice on it.
Yeah. Yeah, one more
class,
spar
man.
next week and I'll be sorted.
Aye.
Yeah.
Good, man. And we got all your sponsors, didn't we?
Yeah,
Aye.
yeah.
Perfect.
Cheers, man.
Brilliant, mate. Thanks for coming, man.
You too, my man.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you.